So we got the head back. Got lifters out, cleaned up, some hardware. Need a new one of those because I had to drill it out. We got tons of aluminum chips all over the place, so we're gonna have to put this in a parts cleaner or something and wash it out, or dump a bunch of gas in it and vacuum it out and everything and make sure there's no chips left. But this thing is a real mess. Pretty much every single exhaust valve is bent and not seating, and then number 4 intake, both 4 intakes, 3 intake, these 1 and 2 look like they're seated, but they're gonna get replaced. Right now, just taking a razor blade and cleaning up off the old gasket. We're gonna polish this head up a little. I'm gonna polish all of this. Probably get some clover. Polish the seats once we get the valves out. I got to get a spring compressor because I don't have one. I flipped this over, but I only got one hand, so camshaft's got to get cleaned up. We'll inspect that. We'll inspect the teeth on the gears, on the timing gears, and probably replace the timing chain as well. I'm not sure. I got to inspect that as well. I don't have that with me. But yeah, it's coming along well. I'm gonna get back to work and bring it back through pretty soon. Hey guys, back in the apartment with the engine head to the Audi. We're doing some valve lapping today. So timing chain gave up. Interference engine blew some pistons up into valves. Every single valve was broken. I'll show the little video of all of the valves out. So I got the valves out, and I'm not completely sure why this car wouldn't start. They really don't look too bad. Wow. Those things just got smoked by pistons. Look at that one. So we're gonna order up some new valves and clean up this top end. It's all got a lot of carbon. I've actually scrubbed it pretty good right now. Like, it needs a lot more work, but I've scrubbed it pretty good. And we gotta just, I don't know, soak it in mineral spirits or diesel oil, or diesel fuel, I mean. But then we'll get it back, get those valves back in and get this thing back running. But holy smokes, that's too funny. That's hilarious. This one just... Yeah, basically every valve's ruined, so ordered 16 new valves. You probably should do that anyways. But right now, brand new valves, we have to lap them. So we're gonna use some valve grinding compound, valve lapping compound, the little tools with suction cups that come with them, so you can... And we're gonna do this slowly. Let me just show you. So as you can see, I've numbered my cylinders. It's not too hard, but it's the front of the engine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But the reason we do this is because, and I've already done a couple and I'll show you. And then I've marked 1-1. So that means first cylinder, first position. So we're going front to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Intake valves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhaust valves. So we're gonna do we're going to use that format to understand where our matched valve is to our matched port. And that's important because we're trying to get the tapered seat of the valve to land in the tapered seat of the port, and that needs to create an airtight seal for exhaust strokes and intake strokes, and compression strokes, obviously. So we don't want the wrong fluids going in through the wrong ports when they're not supposed to, so we seal them with a tapered seat. So I'm going to do one of these with you, and we'll see if I can get this camera situated so I can show you a little bit while I'm trying to do this. All right. I don't know where that's sitting. All right, let's just... Does that work? This might be harder than I thought. Okay, you're looking at 2. So we're gonna put, you shouldn't do this over your engine, but for you to see, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna squeeze out a tiny bit and just roll my valve on there. All right, that's way too much. Then I like to just feather it out. You can come up a little high, rotate as you seat down to start lapping, to get it to all spin around and be evenly, but I try to do a little bit there. Now, like, look at way too much excess. So that's a waste, because we're just gonna wipe that off. And then I try to get this as clean as possible, so we're not just throwing excess around, which we already have a little bit of excess. Then this guy is the small large. It's on the small suction, but the large one on the small suction side. It's gonna go, this has been working well for the last 2 valves. We're gonna press that right in. And then we're going to feed it through into cylinder, or into port 2-1. And it should go pretty smoothly. I'm really hoping that I don't need to change out these guides, but I think they'll come back around. This one just slid in pretty good. So what we're going to do is just rotate back and forth, and you can hear that pretty low-pitched, grinding, rough sound. It's like so this valve compound goes from, I think, 100 grit up to 220. Nope. There's 4 grit sizes in one application. So we got from 120, 120, all the way up to 220. So 120, 150, 180, 220. So as we get smoother, you're going to hear the pitch change of the grinding. And we're going to look for a real faint, high-pitched sound. I'm not sure if you're going to hear it, but I'll be able to hear it, and I'll tell you when it's making that high-pitched, faint sound. And then it typically goes back to the 120 because we drop in, like we grind enough off so the seat becomes small enough to drop in a little further. Then we get like a secondary grinding for like a really short amount of time, and it goes back to being pretty smooth until it gets really smooth. And then sometimes it does it one more time. I try to rotate back, and once I start hearing that real high-pitched sound. It's high-pitched but very low volume. I then keep going for another probably 10 cycles, and a cycle being a front and back, like back, forth, back, forth. So back, forth is 1, and you can hear that grinding. So let's go. Let's get this one done. It's starting to change a little bit. Oh, it just dropped down again. Sometimes I give it a good spin. Oh, that's no good. I guess that's gonna have to be good enough. Starting to get high pitch. Oh, we went back to low grit. Getting higher. Back down. You want to have like not much pressure on here, really. It's like just enough so it's a little bit of friction, and you allow that grit to really work, but don't be pressing hard or else you're not gonna be able to twist this thing without the suction cup turning and leaving the valve behind. All right, that's what we're looking for right there. That high-pitched sound. I don't know if you can hear it. Ah, I lost it again. All right, this is the one where we'll hear the high-pitched sound, then we'll go 10 back and forth and be done. Getting there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, we keep dropping back in. Gotta start over. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Suction cup should be able to, oh, lost it. There's a, see, this is what I'm worried about, of having to change these guides. But I think so. They should be all right. All right, so now I'm gonna take and I just take a paper towel because I don't have much here, and spin the valve and try to remove all that compound. And then we'll clean it one more time on another clean side of the rag or the paper towel. And you can see that can you see that discoloration? That's where we just ground, so that's the new seat. Pretty cool. Now what I'm going to do is just gently get some of this into the port, but then clean up around the sides, like a half turn or a third of a turn. Do the same thing, because this, you don't want this grit getting in here. It's going to ruin the guides. That's why you don't want to put too much on. It's really going to be crunchy if you reinstall with that on there. All right, now if you take a look at that guide now, you can see kind of a gray discoloration, right? Come on. You can see it's gray-ish. Now that's the seal. That is the new seal. So I'm just going to take Sharpie and throw in a 2-1, and then we're going to put it aside. Now we know where that matched intake valve goes to which port, and that it's going to seal when we reinstall it. So that's basically how you do it. And then you just, I'm just doing all the intakes, and I'm going to come back and do all the exhausts. I don't know, I might flip the engine around so I have a better, so I'm not going this way, I'm coming in like this. I don't know, but then I got to come over the intake. Who knows? But that's how you lap your valves to match your ports. So without further ado, I'm going to get going on this one, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I know my channel's pretty small right now, but every little bit helps, and it's just fun to work on this stuff. This is an Audi A4. I'd rather work on the more simplistic, old style, and like the Resurrection stuff. You see me wearing the Vice Grip garage gear. Love what Derek does over there, and he's to save vehicles and get them on the road again is it's very noble of him just to do that. And his channel's massive now, and he started off just a little guy in a 2-car garage, and I don't even have a garage. I'm trying to start doing this stuff, and it's really a pain, but it's really a pain for like space. It's fun as hell to do all this, and the rewards are awesome. We got the 71 GMC running. Got to post some more videos about that. The 50s class or Model M Farmall just started cranking, so that was really exciting. And it's really rewarding seeing an engine that hasn't run in 50 years be able to turn over after you broke it free with a 10-foot pipe and a pipe wrench off the snout of the engine. So, you know, keep watching if you like what you see. Get into it yourself, and as always, keep her pedal down. See you guys.